Boom, 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 boom. Chickity, chickity, chanka. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a cheeky little video for you. Thank you very much for getting in here, by the way. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I just generally had a bit of a mare tonight. I've had a bit of a nap. And they're never a good idea for the pig to have a nap before a stream. I'm melting. I'm absolutely melting now, guys. So, sorry about that. Sorry I am a few minutes late. I did schedule the show to start at 1:45, and it's now 7 minutes to. So that's piss poor, guys. I hope you can forgive me, you know. But thank you very much for getting in here. It's not like it's not a regular thing. But either way, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and being a part of the show and waiting in here for me. We've got PG. We've got Ellie in here who says, I've just been advised to quarantine and get a COVID test. Oh, Ellie, that is absolutely gashtastic. I hope it's not the COVID, but whatever it is, I hope you recover from it soon. The United Way, how's it going, matey? Adavit, Son Goku, Ian97, Tristan Dakota, PG, Dean Flynn, KM, Jonathan Gallagher, Matthew Adateo, Ryan Burberspin 9, Mrs. P Cake Bandit, Kevin Linney, hello to you too, mate. Jay Thanky, what's going on? Lemonhead, Mark Voot, Martin from Norway, Becky Hope, Brandon C, Oliver H, Paul Vanderbeek, Nick Pendragon, good day. That's it, I'm going to crack on with the show now, guys. Andy Simmons, Andrew Perry, thank you very much for joining me today. Do us a favour and smash that like button, Lantern Lasses, if you have not done so already. Let's get on with it then. So what's this you're on about here? What's the story? What's the story, Morning Glory? It is Manchester United open talks with Watford winger Ismaila Sarr. Ismaila Sarr. Manchester United have supposedly, and here's the article, there's a bunch of different reports and articles from various sources as well, coming out tonight and saying Manchester United have open talks to sign Watford winger Ismaila Sarr with a deal for Dortmund ace Jadon Sancho looking increasingly unlikely. I mean, we don't know what the situation is with United and Dortmund, whether or not we will be getting him or not, so it's only right that we should be looking at alternatives, that we should be looking at other players to bring in instead of Jadon Sancho, because we can't really rely on our board and Woodward and these guys to actually go out there and get the deal done for Jadon before the end of the window. They've got to have a plan B. They've got to have a different option in case there is a complete meltdown in negotiations with Dortmund for Sancho. So, look, the thing is with Ismaila Sarr is I do rate him. I think he's a good young player. I don't think he's that good, you know. There's something of a headless chicken springs to mind, you know, when I think of Ismaila Sarr. But he is a young lad. He is like 22 years of age. He's the right sort of fit that Man United are looking for in terms of players that could go on and do some very good stuff in the game and will improve and get better and will relish the opportunity of playing for Manchester United. So there's a bunch of different reasons why this signing wouldn't be the worst signing in the world. It's only ever going to be a backup signing for Manchester United. So I'm just getting on here really to talk about this potential signing and, of course, all the other transfer news that's going on with Manchester United this evening. We did a video earlier on today. If you've not seen that, check that one out. But, you know, this is obviously going to be to do with some different stuff that's going on with United tonight. So if you search Ismaila Sarr, Manchester United on Google or wherever, it will come up with all these different sources and articles in the last hour or so that Manchester United have open talks with Watford to sign Ismaila Sarr. Now, I find it quite interesting. It's very realistic, this one. I mean, look, Watford got ready, didn't they? They got relegated to the Championship. He is, at the moment, playing in the second tier in the Championship. He was a good player for them this last year, I would say. I don't think he was exactly the best player for them, but I think he was a very good player. That Liverpool game springs to mind, and I didn't watch a whole lot of Watford this year, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, he definitely popped up with a few goals here and there. I mean, I'm looking at his stats here. He's played 30 times for Watford, and he scored 6 goals and provided 6 assists in his time with Watford. So 30 goals, 30 games, 6 goals, 6 assists. That's not terrible. It's not really terrible stats when you're playing for, you know, relegation championship fodder like a Watford. So that's actually a pretty decent return, I'd say, for somebody who is young, who is 22. The other teams he's played for in France, FC Metz, Stade Rennes, Stade Rennais, FC, my bad. 77 appearances for Stade Rennais, 18 goals, 16 assists. Is this really that important, guys? Look, 28 starts in the Premier League, 5 goals, 6 assists. It's not terrible, guys. It's not terrible. It's almost a goal created every other game for a shit club like Watford. It's not terrible, and at 22 years of age, he's absolutely not that bad. But really, is that the best we can do? Is that the best we can do in this window? Ismaila Sarr, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I'd actually consider him as an okay backup. But that's all, guys. He's not an alternative to Jadon Sancho realistically. He's not realistically going to be somebody that can challenge Jadon Sancho in the side. So it's just another one of those bullshit links, these bullshit signings. Yes, we might get him in there. There's also talk of this lad from Atalanta in the same position. I'm thinking one of these lads are going to come in. I actually like the Ismaila Sarr signing. I'm just going to put that right out there at the start of this vid right now. Because of his age, because of his potential, and the amount of money that it would cost to get him in, it's not a lot of money. It's peanuts, guys. He's from relegation team, Watford. It's going to be piss easy to get Ismaila Sarr United. So that's why I'm talking about that as a backup option, and that's all I'm talking about him as, really. I'm not talking about him as somebody that can really come in and dislodge even Mason Greenwood from the side. I'd much rather see Mason ahead of Ismaila Sarr, to be honest with you guys. But as a backup option, to give us a bit more depth, somebody that did contribute goals and assists last season for Watford in the Premier League. No, it's not the worst acquisition I would have ever heard. I mean, he plays for Senegal, is it? Yeah, he plays for Senegal. He's capped. He's got, I think, 22 caps, 3 goals for Senegal. He's obviously a very good young player. He's born in 1998, 22 years of age, right winger. That's exactly what we need right now, is a right winger. And he's fast as Fook, actually. He is actually fast as Fook, this guy, as well. You know, if you've seen him play, you'll know he's absolutely rapido. So he's definitely, and he can play either left side, right wing, whatever. You know, he's quite versatile in those terms. So I do kind of think it's not the worst signing we could get in the world as a backup. And there's talks of around about £20 million that you could probably get him for. 20 to £25 million might be the price that would prize him away from Watford. So what do you think about this one, lads and lasses? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that we should be looking for Ismaila Sarr at Manchester United. So please do smash a 1 if you would like to sign Sarr at United. Son Goku Ian 97, man, thank you very much for your super chat here, buddy. Really appreciate that. He says, I am genuinely worried about this transfer window, pig. United missing out on every single target we've been linked with. Signed Van der Beek because Real pulled out. I'm drained. Yeah, Son Goku Ian, my friend. Yes, thank you so much for that, dude. And yeah, you know, join the club, mate. This is an absolutely gash-tastic transfer window so far. Very, very frustrating. We haven't got the players that we needed. Like you say, we're missing out on targets. They're going to different clubs. Reguilon, Bale, Nathan Ake, Thiago now as well. I mean, these are all players that have been linked with the move to this football club. And we're not getting any of them. And there is a very good reason for that. We know we're not going to get into it again. If you want to get, you know, we might do later. But if you want to get into it again in regards to the Glazers, well, I ain't got the energy tonight, guys. You know what I mean? You have to watch that show from earlier on. But the Glazers are wank on a stick, to be fair, they are. So thank you very much for that, Son Goku Ian 97. You're an absolute legend, mate, and I just hope that we do get some players in very, very soon. JP, what's going on, JP? Matthew Adateo, Josh Healy. Yeah, Matthew Adateo comments, Sarr is not Manchester United standard, to be honest. I mean, I agree he's not really Manchester United standard, but as a backup option, I mean, look, these votes in the live chat are quite interesting here. Andy Simmons 2, Mr. YOLO Man 1. Who's Mr. YOLO Man? Who's Mr. YOLO Man? He's a channel member, but you must have changed your name. Who did you previously used to be, Mr. YOLO Man? Anyway, Jonathan Denton with the 1, Chris Mateague with the 2. It's kind of, I think most people, it's kind of split. It's 50-50. Most people definitely don't fancy getting Sarr into this club, it seems, just judging by that little vote that we had there. Don't think he's Man United standard, a lot of you. I mean, I don't mind him. I think he's a decent player for the money. He's a cheap option as a backup. He's the sort of player that you can get as a backup and he's still going to be content and happy and everything and still make financial sense just playing as a backup, not playing regularly, because he is young and he is playing for Watford in the Championship right now. Mr. YOLO Man, thank you so much for your super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. He's got Darth Vader as his avatar there. He says, he is better than nothing, which is the alternative. Exactly, Mr. YOLO Man. That's exactly why I'm sort of looking at this with open eyes and open ears, really, because I just think he's actually decent. He's okay. He's pretty good. He's rapid. He'd probably fit into our side. He'd probably pop up with a bunch of assists and goals throughout the season. Now, I'm not expecting fireworks from him. Absolutely not. But for somebody that can improve and get better, it makes sense. Plus, it makes sense from a business point of view. view for the Glazers and Woodward to actually sign this guy, because, like I said, they look at potential transfers to get a player through the door based on their valuation and based on them as an asset. And Ismaila Sarr, if you keep him for a few seasons, he's not going down in valuation. He'll only be going up in valuation. He's 22 right now. So from a business point of view, there's no risk for them in that. There's no risk like a Thiago where at the end of the deal he's going to be worth peanuts. It's not that. It's a different deal, which I think the Glazers and Woodward would absolutely be open to, simply because of the fact that he would have great resale value in the future. We're understood that the Watford, they paid about £40 million for him. So they want to recoup as much of that fee as possible. But because they got relegated to the Championship, because there's not exactly a queue of teams lining up, it's understood that perhaps United could be getting him for closer to 25 million if that was to be the case. So we'll see. I mean, they paid 40 mil for him. I don't know. That's quite an indicator, really, of the sort of player he was as a young lad and how Watford rated him to pay £40 million for him. But they're going to want to recoup as much as that as possible. So we'll see what happens there. Who knows? It's a good option if this Sancho deal falls down. Even if it doesn't, maybe just to get him in early might make a bit of sense. I would take him, guys. I know a lot of you voted and said no, you wouldn't. I'd actually take him. I think he was all right in the Prem last season for Watford, and with a good team behind him, you never know what he could do. I'm not saying he's a Sancho alternative, though. I'm simply saying he would be a decent player in the squad. Just like Mr. YOLO Man said, really, he's better than nothing, which is what we have as an alternative. So fair play to you, Mr. YOLO Man. Over 200 of you tuning in tonight. Thanks for getting in here and stopping by. Do us a favour, smash that thumbs up button if you have not done so already. Please do leave a cheeky little like on the vid and get involved with your thoughts and opinions as we go along. Mr. Son Goku Ian 97 again with a super chat. Thank you, Son Goku Ian. He says, I don't think we're signing a centre-back promoting Mengi. Yeah, that's right. Good shout there. Twantebe is injured for the start of the season. We've also got him to use throughout the year as well. So I think you're right. I don't think we're going to be signing a centre-back. This is more evidence to suggest that United are going to have a bit of a lacklustre window and we're not going to sign any players in the positions that we need to strengthen mostly. We might just about get Tellers in. We'll get into that later in the video a little bit. But certainly in regards to the centre-back position, what are we doing about that? We're not doing jack shit about the centre-back position, guys. So yeah, I agree with that one, Son Goku. Like, we've promoted Mengi. I think he's got a good future. But he is only 18. You can't expect him to be Vidic right now. You've got to give him a bit of chance to grow and get the experience and develop as a player and learn and ply his trade. He's only 18. So I expect him to be sort of used sporadically in the team to begin with. Bedded in, used in certain cup games and that sort of thing, used in cup games and bedded in. Cress Welsing, thank you so much for that, Ian. Cress Welsing says, what is Man United's standard? Well, it should be a very, very talented player, and I think that Sarr, realistically, you know, he is actually a good talent player. For 22, he is a good standard. Like, he's not, I don't ever think he's going to be a Kylian Mbappe or anything like that, or a Jadon Sancho or anything, but certainly he could be a good player for us who contributes. You know, I'm thinking like, you know, we've had some dodgy players over the years that have contributed to our side pretty significantly, whether it's your Danny Welbecks or whoever, you know, you could get away with a player who's second rate for a little period of time if it's in a transitional period. And like right now I'm saying, Jadon's not looking likely that he's going to be coming at this stage. Maybe towards the end of the window, maybe if we can get a deal agreed with Dortmund, but those are a lot of maybes, everyone. So United need to sort of plan. We need to get some players in as a backup before that, if you ask me. That's what we should do. And he's not a lot of money, and he's an asset. He's not going to lose money. He's just going to gain in valuation. So it's a no-brainer from Woody and Glazer's point of view as well, which is a big deciding factor. Yeah, nice one. So yeah, thanks for that, dude. Viking Red, what's going on, Viking Red? He says, Pig, why are we scraping the barrel? Pay the effing money and get Sancho and Tellez. Dude, I don't know, Viking Red. It's so unbelievably frustrating. It's because they're just trying to save a few million here and there. They could have got the Sancho deal done a while ago, but they're just trying to save a few million here and there. That's it. There's no good reason for it other than that. They're just scrimping and saving and scratching around, or prepared to play the long waiting game in order to get him for a few million less. That's the truth of it. That's the only real logical explanation as to why they're taking so long about it. They've got too much pride, or just simply do not want to pay that extra few million to get the deal wrapped up nice and early. Ryan Burberspin 9, thank you very much for that, dude. He says, smash a like, Pig. Smash a like. Thank you very much, Ryan Burberspin. Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, hit that thumbs up button, lads and lasses. That'll help this stream out a lot. Dean Flynn, he says, Pig, I think we should buy main man Zaha. Yes, well, Wilfried Zaha would be a player I would like to see come back to United, to be fair. I think he is a very good talent. It's not really Solskjaer's, it's probably not really that realistic for Solskjaer to bring him in there simply because of the fact he is playing for another Premier League team. There is that premium you have to pay. I mean, get your price tag in for Zaha, bearing in mind this transfer window and everything that's going on. I don't think he would be cheap. I really don't think Zaha would be that cheap. I know if a big club like United comes knocking, it's going to be difficult for Zaha to keep his head, and that might have a big factor on it, but I think you've got to pay at least 60 or 70 million quid for Zaha right now. That's my personal opinion. What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of money. Jonathan Gallagher says 50 million. Yeah, good shout. Gaz G says 40 million. See, I don't think it is 40 million, to be fair, Gaz, because if it was 40 million, I'm pretty sure there'd be a whole host of clubs lining up to take him already, because Crystal Palace are not a top club in the league. I think one of the other top clubs would have come in if he was that cheap. Harry Krishna comments, Zaha, minimum 40 to 45 million. Yeah. Atrex says, what are you doing, Nicola? Are you serious? Atrex, 70 million for Zaha. Dean Million, 70 million. 60 million says Snow. Wakasakram says 80 million. I think 60 million sounds around about right. Yeah, 60, 65 million, somewhere around that. Because he is a ridiculously talented player. He is still young. He does fit the bill for a lot of these top clubs in terms of progression and where he's looking to be headed in the future. So, actually, Wilfried Zaha is a player that I'd be interested in. But I don't think we'd be interested in him because we're not prepared to spend that money on him. Viking Red says, Pig, we have a buyback clause with Palace. Are you serious? Are you serious, my friend? You see, this is the thing. I don't know the ins and inner details of the deal there. But that would be sick if that was the case, mate. But yeah, like, is that like you've got a preemption clause in there where you get to match the offer of another team that comes in? So still it depends on the other team. Like, Crystal Palace effectively would have to accept an offer, is that right? Or do United have just a buyback clause we can go and buy him back at any point in the future? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, nice one. It's great stuff. Mandeep Deb says, no, we don't have a sell-on clause. Or, Ashley Devlin says, no, we have a 25% sell-on clause. I thought, okay. Yeah, well, I don't remember there have been necessarily anything about being a buyback clause in the contract for Zaha anyway, but that would be ideal if that was the case. But if that was the case, we'd have probably already bought him back by now, wouldn't we? Blatantly. We'd have blatantly bought him back this summer, especially if it was for like any reasonable amount of money if there was a buyback clause there. So I don't think that's legit. But anyway, let's get back into the main topic of this conversation then, which is Ismaila Sarr. Ismaila Sarr, of course, over at Watford in the last Premier League season, did very well. 6 goals, 6 assists. Not terrible. 22 years of age, getting older, getting more experience, getting better. He doesn't want to be dropping down to the Championship and playing in the Championship for Watford. So what's he going to do? Well, he's going to leave the club probably in this transfer window. There should be a few clubs interested in him, because he is quite low value in terms of what is available right now in the window. Like, he is a good bargain player, which is probably why United are sniffing around him now. Just to let everyone know who's getting in here, it's being reported tonight in the last hour or so that Manchester United have opened talks to sign Watford winger Ismaila Sarr. It's on various different publications here, Metro, bloody Yahoo, like not any of the good ones, but still, nonetheless, there's a few other reputable sources coming out and talking about it on social media and stuff like that. So, there might be some legitimacy to it. It's certainly a player we'll be looking at. I mean, Miguel Delaney here comments, he's a chief executive football writer for The Independent. He tweeted out a little while ago and said that Man United are looking at Watford's Ismaila Sarr as a possible alternative to Jadon Sancho. It would likely take a fee of at least £30 million to sign the player, which does kind of make a bit of sense, to be fair, because the £30 million, they're recouping most of the money that they spent. Remember, Watford paid £40 million for Ismaila Sarr. Sarr's services not that long ago, so they would be looking to recoup some of that, but the fact is they got relegated, so they're not really in the position that they can demand that sort of money. So I think 30 million would get him. I think maybe even a slightly little bit less would get him if you're a club like United coming in, because Ismaila Sarr's just going to have his head completely turned, and next thing you know, he's going to be wanting to leave the club and join in a big club like United. He's not going to want to stick in the Championship at Watford, really. So as soon as United put an offer in for him, he's probably our player, if that's the case, if that is even legitimately the case, my guys. Because like I say, take it with a pinch of salt, but it is being reported across all these different media outlets, but we know what a lot of these media stories are like, but a lot of reputable sources getting on it now anyway. So quite interesting. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Do you think Ismaila Sarr is headed for Manchester United? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think he is. Matt Rush says Son Goku, and he gives him the fist bump. Yeah, nice one, Son Goku. You're an absolute legend, mate, for getting in here with your thoughts and opiniones. 2 says Andy Simmons, Kyan with the 2, Jim Joe Bobley with the 2, Jonathan Gallagher with the 2, so none of you think that he's coming. Sayabonga Unlove thinks he is. Miles, a lovely song, says yes. Look, he's decent. He's decent. OP Dragon comments, yes, Sarr, even if Sancho comes, we need backup. Anyway, that's my take on it, really. That's my take on it. Like, you should be getting Sarr right now. Not only does it probably give you a bit more of a bargaining chip or bargaining power against Dortmund to say, look, we've already got our bloody player, guys. We've already got the player who's going to be a backup for us in case we can't get the, this guy that you're on about selling us. So we've already gone and got somebody else. So we're not that desperate anymore, guys. So if you want to sell him, we'll give you 100 million for him, and that's it. It wouldn't bloody surprise me with the way our board operates, because like I say, this guy's another good asset. What is going on? Why is everything so dark in here? Oh, okay. I don't know. I think you just mashed everything up when you were doing stuff there over there, Nicola, like you usually do. You're like a little mischievous little naughty schoolgirl or something.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, that's fine.
I think I'm not any good bits. I was saying in the chat because I ate 2 of the Subway cookies.
Oh, don't even get me started. You always eat my food. Glenn says, you're a greedy woman. Glenn says, I think we are going to sign 2 players, King and Brooks. Glenn, that would be absolutely slash your wrist worthy, wouldn't it? If we got King and Brooks from Bournemouth, and that's all we're getting, that is absolutely take a dump on the doorstep time and leave, and sell up and leave. That's what that is. I don't even really know what that expression means, but I just made it up there. It's take a dump on the doorstep time. Don't know what that means. It means basically we've shut the bed, but we don't want to shit in the bed.
Make a dump on your doorstep time.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for getting in here tonight. There's over 300 of you now. Smash the thumbs up button if you're just getting in here. That would support this channel immensely. Nice one. Thank you very much for your super chat, Stephen TY. He comments, just received news. Sancho said he doesn't want to leave BBB. We are effed big time. Stephen TY, man. That is absolutely gash-tastic. I mean, look, if that's the case, that is gash. But let's just have a look at some of the recent updates then and why this Ismaila Sarr business might also make a bit of sense tonight. I'll try and get into it and try and make sense of this situation. So then, let's have a look. So Fabrizio Romano on Sancho. This is just about an hour or so ago. This is from the Pod Save the Ball podcast, I guess, that Fabrizio was on. But speaking about Sancho, he says, I'll expect Man United to do something. They're having a long standby, more than 1 month, and for sure they have a plan B. It's possible they're trying to sell before they buy. Which is very true. This is what Fabrizio said. I mean, that's something that we've talked about before, the fact that they want to try and finance this deal by getting rid of other players. The only problem is the players that we have on the books right now, no other team wants to buy because their wages and it's not that good. So there's not good value in our players anymore, unfortunately, for other teams coming in to get them. So that is an issue. But if we did clear a bit of space, maybe they'd be looking to generate a bit of cash by doing that. But it's, we still, like he says, more than 1 month it's been going on with Sancho, and for sure Manchester United have a plan B. We must have a plan B because the fact is, if we were going to pay the 120 million, we'd have already paid it by now, because there's no real value in sitting around doing nothing and getting him last day of the window for the same amount of money as you could at the start. So it's either going to be a lower offer that we go back with and negotiate and just put it on the table and say, that's it, take it or leave it, this is it. And in the meantime, we should be working on a plan B in case we cannot get Jadon Sancho. Because if we don't get him, then we don't have the depth or the quality up there at the top of the pitch, quite simply, when there's any sort of an injury. Our starting 11's good. If you've got Greenwood on the right and Martial up top and Rashford on the left, that's actually really good. But it's not that good. It's not as good as some of the other top attacks in the world, only because, Rashford is sometimes a little bit hit or miss. As the second end of the season wasn't the best. Martial's still playing his trade, learning his trade really at number 9. And Greenwood's 18. Any of those players get fitness issues, then it is a major concern, isn't it? So we do need a bit more depth and quality there. Daniel James, Andreas Pereira, Jesse Lingard, Juan Mata, none of these are players that should be played in those wide areas instead of Rashford or instead of Greenwood or instead of Martial, because none of them are up to the standard, unfortunately, guys. They're just bang average shite.
Thank you, First Class Gamer.
First Class Gamer, Mark getting in the house. Thank you very much. He says, happy belated to Little Miss. Cakes on me. Oh, that's so nice of you there, Cinnamon.
Lovely.
First Class Gamer, you legend, mate. Everybody stick a cake emoji in the live chat for First Class Gamer there. Send in a super chat for some cakes for Little Miss. You absolute legend there, First Class Gamer. Thank you, my friend. JP says, Ellie, I have a cupboard full of dust. Oh, by the way, everybody, stick a love heart emoji in the live chat for Ellie. I've already done that, have I? But either way, do it again. Do it again, because she's not feeling very well at all, and she's a legendary lass on this channel. Thank you, Ellie, for all your support over the last year, and also you've been watching the channel. Wakas Akram, nice one, matey. Thank you, First Class Gaming. You're a top lad. Appreciate that, dude. Eddie Benson getting those love hearts in. You know it, Eddie Benson. You know it makes sense. Okay, then. So, yeah, so there's some comments from Fabrizio Romano in regards to United potentially having a plan B, and he says we're expecting Man United to do something, whether it's going to go and get Sancho soon, or maybe go and look at another option, look at a plan B. So he's also said on the same podcast, to quote him directly, he said, now it's the time to advance and pay or he will stay. In my opinion, it would be difficult to get Jadon in 2 weeks, but let's see. I think he's kind of right because the only tactic I see Man United, the reason for waiting that long is to go for less money, is to go in there for less money. And I don't think Dortmund want to sell him for less money. They don't really need to worry about him going down in value ever, I don't think. I mean, he's been talked about going for 120 mil during this pandemic market, which is mad, really. So God knows what he's going to be worth next year or the year after when everything gets back to normal and there's more money floating around the game potentially. So yeah, it's a strange one. I do have a concern that we're not going to match that figure. We're not going to match that valuation. And what the board are trying to do is just wait to the last moment to strike with a low ball offer, hoping that Dortmund actually accept. Which I don't think that they will. I think Fabrizio's right in what he says there. I think it will be difficult to get in then because they won't want to just be done at the last moment in the window. They will want to have this player who, as I said, is an asset that will continue to grow. He'll continue to develop and play really well for them out there on the pitch. He's professional, so he's not going to throw his toys out the pram and demand to leave or any of that business. He's simply going to be playing his football as a professional, I'm sure of it. He's got 3 years left on his deal, so whether or not they keep him and play him for half the season and get him scoring goals and assisting goals and playing great for them and then sell him for the same or more in January or the same or more in a year's time, then they're going to get their money for him one way or another. And if they don't want to sell him, well, then they don't really have to sell him right now. They've still got a year or two before his valuation starts to dwindle. Like, he's got 3 years left, so it's only really the last, 18 months of the contract where things get a little bit nervy. They'll be pretty happy keeping hold of him for at least a year, I think. So whether or not they sell him this summer, next summer, in January, they don't really give a shite, to be honest. I think it benefits them to do so, to hold on to him and demand the most money they can get out of him. Remember, he's a great player, so why would they want to sell him for anything less than they think he's worth? Nice one, Constant Pratt. How are you doing there, Constant Pratt? G-Wolf United, he says, do you think United could get a deal for Adama or swap deal for Jesse and 20 mil? Don't think anybody's going to want Jesse, to be honest. He's shite, isn't he? Oh, sorry, Son Kukui and 97's getting in there again. But yeah, G-Wolf, yeah, I don't know. I'd love Adama Traore as another option, but that's not going to happen. Wolves don't need to sell. Wolves won't want to sell him. It would take a lot of money to get Adama at this stage, which we're just not prepared to spend. Son Goku, you're a legend, mate. He says, don't know whose birthday it is, but happy birthday. Have a cake on me too. I'm going to bed because work now. Thanks, Pig and everyone. Love you all. Son Goku at 97, thank you so much for getting in here and having your say tonight, dude. Really appreciate the support. And yes, cake for everyone. That is lovely, mate. Thank you very, very much, Son Goku. And you have a great sleep, mate. You have a great night. And you have a good day of work tomorrow also, dude. Appreciate you. Legend, mate. Son Goku, everybody. Give Son Goku a wave in the live chat, everyone. Snow says, I don't think we are getting Sancho, Pig. No, I don't either, mate. I think we're 40% likely that we're going to get him, 60% not. Because there's a heck of a lot of money involved here, and United are not spending it. United don't want to spend it. If we were prepared to invest and back Ollie properly, we'd have got a centre back on these other players. So yeah, I really don't think that they're expecting to get Sancho this window. I really don't anyway. I think it's going to be another one of those situations where we probably will end up with him, but it will be in 6 months' time, it will be in a year's time, it will be later down the line. A la Bruno Fernandes, a la Harry Maguire. Yeah, if you look at the track record of our board when it comes to these big signings over the last few years, they take their time on it. They try and get him for a real low price. They take their time on it. They explore all options, and that's what they do. Okay, it didn't really work out with Harry Maguire. They ended up paying 80 mil anyway, so they might as well have got him done nice and early. So that is counterproductive. Nice one, guys. Right, okay. So yes, I think that Ismaila Sarr could be an option for United if Jadon Sancho's not going to be coming. It's not a signing or a possible signing that would actually whet my appetite at all, really. But he's a player. He's a good player. He's a rapid player. He's quick. He's he's got potential. He's only 22. He's already a Senegalese international. He's had a good sort of trial by fire coming up in League One there, playing for some decent teams. He's still only young. He come over, he impressed for Watford last season. I thought he was one of their better players. I really did. And Watford, of course, they didn't impress throughout the season. They got readied. But he was one of their better players, so I do kind of rate the signing. If you can get him for 25 million, this current United setup with the way we are and the ownership and the will he, won't he Sancho saga, like, I would definitely take Ismaila Sarr just as a backup option right now. And even if we do get Sancho as well, like, this guy has got the ability to play left side, right wing. Daniel James, he's probably going to be deputising on one side, Greenwood too. I like the idea of Greenwood deputising mainly at number 9. Then that would really make a lot of sense and we'd have so much depth up there. So yeah, that's what I think about it, lads and lasses. Ismaila Sarr, Manchester United open talks to sign Watford winger Ismaila Sarr. That's what's been reported. I kind of hope there's some truth in it, but at the same time, it shouldn't stop us going to get another top quality right winger. It shouldn't stop us going to get other players if the Sancho deal does fall down. Thank you, Fuad Teach. He says, we love you. Nice one, Fuad, mate. Thank you very much. Charlie MUFC ST as well, getting in here. Hello to you. Jonathan Denton says, we will go back in the January window because the Sancho wages has been slashed. Is that what you're saying there? I don't know. Adam Maloney says, Pig, I still believe if the Glazers don't get Sancho, all the fans will all go back to strongly ripping the Glazers for killing the club. Yeah, well, we should be doing that anyway, really. Shout out Glenn, by the way, for donating the 11 knock there, my friend. Nice one, Glenn. Yeah, dude, Adam Maloney, I still think that we should absolutely be trying to do that. If we don't get Sancho, then... Of course, everyone's going to get massively on the Glazers. If we don't sign players in this window, you can't just accept this level of mediocrity in this window when we finish so many points behind the likes of the Scousers and City and these twats. So we definitely need to do something about it. We don't want to accept this mediocrity from the board. So yeah, but we should be feeling like that anyway. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Like, if you look at the Sancho deal, even if we do get Sancho, that doesn't mean you should go out there and buy a Jadon Sancho number 7 shirt and contribute to all this shite that's going on at the football club. No, have a stand, have a say. Don't buy the merch shit. Don't buy that crap, man. It doesn't look shit anyway this year. You know what I mean? What's that abomination zebra kit? The first kit's gashed as well. I like the away kit, but that's my choice not to purchase it. I was going to buy it. But then I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it because it just completely undermines everything that I've been talking about really on the channel about the Glazers and how I feel about them and trying to have some sort of a say on it and trying to show in some way that my discontent of the situation. And if you do hurt them in the pocket even a little bit, okay, it doesn't make a drop in the ocean in terms of the revenue that this football club makes. But, still, it's something that you can do to have your say. That's what I believe. Gaz G comments, fireworks at Woodward's. Yeah, well, if Edward Woodward doesn't want his house completely ransacked again by an angry mob with pitchforks and torches and fireworks, then I suggest that they go out there and they do some investment in this transfer window and actually improve the squad for Ollie. That's what I suggest, guys. Andy Simmons says, I hate the zebra kit. It's a joke, mate. It is, man. It literally looks like somebody's run over a zebra with a lawnmower and then just stuck it on somebody. That's what it looks like. It's terrible.
Ellie's off and Dean Flynn's off.
Oh, Ellie. Sorry, Ellie. Yeah, have a great evening, Ellie. Thank you very much for getting in here, Ellie. Feel better. I hope you feel better soon. And shout out to Dan Tay as well. I hope he feels better soon too, Ellie. So shout out to a couple of the legends of the channel there. And also Dean. Thank you very much, Dean Flynn, for getting in here too, matey. He says, bye. Gotta go. See you tomorrow, man. Nice one, dude. Jeanette Pugh says, get your kits from China. There you go. I mean, you can get your kits without directly supporting the Glazers. I mean, you can support like a little family or something, rather than the Glazers' ownership. Look, the fact is, you buy your kits because you want to buy your kits. You also buy the kits because you want to support Manchester United monetarily. You understand? You pay the £65 price tag for a kit when it comes out because most of that money's going back into the football club. You don't get a knockoff version because it's cheaper. You're actually buying the kits you want to support the football club. But in this instance, I don't trust them with the money that's being put into the football club from the merchandise and stuff like that. So why should you contribute to it if you're not happy with what they use that money for? It's only ultimately what percentage of that kit sale that you are making there, when you buy a kit right now from United, what percentage of that actually gets siphoned out of the club? I'd love to know. It might only be a few percent, but still, any money getting siphoned out of the club, you shouldn't be buying it then. We should only be buying merch where 100% of the money goes into the football club. So that's my argument on that one. I mean, I know a lot of you guys buy the football kits, and that's fair play to you. But yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Stephen T.Y. says, we need a better kit designer for United Adidas. Geez, 100%. It's like they've got, I don't know, Stevie Wonder designing their kits this year. JP says, I steal my kits from Sports Direct. Way to keep Mike Ashley's Newcastle United down there, JP. I love it, mate.
Legend, G-Wolf. Absolute legend. That's so lovely.
Please start yoinking stuff from the House of Fraser as well, please, JP, for a laugh. Anyway, Showbas Patchacam says, hello, I believe United will struggle in the Champions League and League. Poor Ollie, no backing at all. How will he manage with depth of squad, no selling, no signing? Yes, I agree, Showbash. You've summed it up really quite well there. We probably will struggle a bit in all competitions, but it is on Ollie to try and get the best out of the team again. You know, he finished third last year with a team that was lacking Van der Beek. It was just this same side without Van der Beek, so he did well there.
Very sheeny.
G-Wolf United, thank you very much for your super chat as well, mate. He comments, Little Miss, have an egg on me?
Ice cream.
Oh, it's ice cream. I thought it was I thought that was like a hard-boiled egg in an egg cup, you know, like Egg and Soldiers, you know what I mean? Sorry, have an ice cream on me. G-Wolf, you're a top lad, mate. That's very, very nice of you, man. Thank you.
So sweet of you, G-Wolf. You're a legend.
Shastad comments, what do you think about Sarr? Okay, for anybody just getting in here, by the way, if you are just getting in here, please do us a massive favour and smash that like button, lads and lads. I don't know how many likes we're on right now. Over 150, everyone. That is sensational. But there's 400 of you watching, so if you haven't smashed the like, please do leave that cheeky little like rating. That'll make all of the difference. Much appreciated, lads and lasses. To answer your question, what do I think about Sarr? I think that he's a good young player, and that's basically it. Do I think he's going to go on and be one of the world's best players? I don't, to be perfectly honest with you. But do I think he can be useful? Do I think he can do a good job for United and actually be a good utility player to play across anywhere of that front line, really, for years to come? I do. He's only 22, this guy. He scored 6 Premier League goals, 6 Premier League assists in 34 appearances, whatever it was. No, 28 appearances it was in the Premier League last season. So pretty decent stats. Pretty reputable, especially in a struggling team like Watford. They're always going to struggle to create as many chances as a team like United. So that's what people say. If you put a great striker in a great team, they're just going to get more service and score goals. And obviously, him being a winger, he's going to benefit from United having that great team around him. So I think, yeah, he would step up his game if he came to United. I think he would get more goals, more assists in a United shirt than he would in a Watford shirt. Stands to reason for me. So if you actually look at what he did in the Premier League whilst playing for Watford, there's a good indicator there to say that he would be a good signing for United. And he's fast as Fook as well, you know. He's fast as Fook and he's young. So from an asset point of view as well, the Glazers would be up for it. Woodward would be up for it. He's not going down in value. We would get him for less money than Watford paid for him. They paid 40 million for him a season or two ago, whatever. United, they got relegated, so they have to try and cash in. You know, they're paying him decent wages for a championship side and stuff like that. They can't do it. So they're probably going to have to cash in. And that means United will get him for less money than they paid him for. Probably 25 million, 30 million pounds. It seems like a good deal. It makes a lot of sense all round. It's not an amazing deal. It's not that exciting of a deal. It's just a deal that makes a lot of sense all round. It's a bargain deal again, you know, and that's sort of all we're really going for at the moment, it seems, under our owners. Thank you, Matt Rush. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, if you are new to this channel, if it's the first time on here, you might as well smash that subscribe button. Alan T says, kit was designed by Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. Yeah, that's about right. Nibbler789 says, we only finished third because of all around us failed miserably. Very good point. We were let off a bunch of times as well. But one thing I would say is that Solskjaer, I would say over the course of the season, Solskjaer actually did really well against all the big teams. He kind of disappointed me against a lot of the lesser teams this last season. But I don't know if that was truly his fault. As soon as we seemed to get Bruno in there and we had the ability to create and unlock suddenly in the side, then we seemed to really just dispatch of the lesser teams more often than not. So whereas the start of last year was when we were really struggling to break down some crap teams, man. We really struggle to break down crap teams. And that's not good because we just didn't have that creative spark. We didn't have that creative engine room. This year, I think we're going to have a lot more of that because Donny's come in, Bruno's there, Pogba. You know, we've got a lot of creation in the midfield. And of course, if you could feed in Rashford and feed in Martial and feed in these guys up there, Mason, they are going to get you a lot of goals. So I have to give them, I have to say that they've done quite well in the midfield. And I think we're going to create more this year from the off because we do have Bruno in the side. That's a massive factor. I mean, he's been running the show for Portugal over these international break period and stuff like that. He's a great player. He's such a player. He's such a massive coup for Manchester United to get a player of his calibre in there. So he's going to run the show. That's going to be the difference. We've got him now. We started last season without Bruno. We started last season really at quite a disadvantage if you look at the squad. There wasn't that creative genius in there, and the backline also wasn't the best either. And there was just problems. We had injury problems throughout the whole year. I don't think it helped us last year that the squad, the squad size and the fact we had so many injuries. It was like a double whammy for us, you know. We didn't have the quality there, and we got a lot of injuries. Pogba and McTominay were injured for a long time. We also had injuries to Luke Shaw and Rashford, and there was a bunch of times in the season where we were without our best players. And that's a big factor in winning a title, or a big factor in having a good run in the league. You need to keep your best players fit. The problem with United is when one of our best players isn't fit, we don't really have a good player to go in there in certain key areas. Other areas, you know, we're okay, like in midfield now, but still, like if Greenwood got an injury at right wing now and we don't have Sancho, or we don't have a Sarr, or anybody else in that position for that matter, then we're pretty screwed, aren't we? You just got to play Mata there, who's good, but he's not really going to take it past anybody, and he's also pretty one-dimensional on the wings. I think he's just always going to cut in, or he's going to play the wing back in down the right. It's very easy to read, also leaves us open on the counter. So I don't like that. I like my winger to be doing all the attacking and be able to take a man on down in the wide areas, personally. So he's out the question. Jesse Lingard's just crap. Andreas Pereira's a clown. So none of those players are going to be playing in the team instead of Greenwood on the right. So we definitely need some more depth there, even if we don't get Sancho. You know what? I'm sick of this Sancho business. I say screw Jadon Sancho and move on to the next bloody few targets, because at least then we might be able to get that money that we were going to spend on Sancho and redistribute it on a few good players in a few different areas. That might benefit United short term overall the most. I don't know, guys. I mean, we've had a vote about this and we've talked about this for a while. What would you guys rather at this stage? Bear in mind, we don't seem to be getting any other players. We don't seem to be getting a centre-back. What would you rather? Would United went and got Jadon Sancho, smash a one? Or would you rather we got a centre-back, a left-back and a right winger? Smash two. So one or the other, either three positions strengthened using that 120 million, or one player coming in who's an absolute beast and probably will be a world star for the next 10 years and will have that right wing position locked down for the next 10 years. That's the difference, really. No pun intended, but that's the difference, really. It's just the fact that he could be the player in that right wing position in the league for the next 10 years. So let's have a look at the votes then. Stephen TY 1, Aaron H 2, Andy Simmons 1, Powell Brick 1, Nibbler 789 2, Jonathan Gallagher 1, Tilly Hill 4, Inno Max 2, Lucas Mackay 1, Mr. YOLO Man 2, Atrex 1, Darren Clennon 2. So actually it's very split again. It's very split again. Jude Kennedy, what's going on, Jude F. Kennedy? Comments, 2 players, centre back and right wing. Yeah, those are probably the two key areas, the most important 2 areas in the side. Centre back being the number 1 priority for me, and right wing being the number 2 priority for me. Then I would argue that left back is the next position that could do with strengthening, and then CDM. And if it wasn't for Van der Beek coming in, CDM would be much higher on that. But I still think we need a proper CDM to take over from Matic one day. So that's why I say CDM. But yeah, you're right. You're so right. Centre back and right wing. If we just got those two covered areas covered in this window, we'd be much better. Thank you very much for that, Zenalol. Hang on, where's your comment gone? I just missed it. Zenz LOL says Ousmane Dembele, Reguilon and Upamecano. Yes, lad. You see, I agree, mate. Like, with the money that we're spending on Jadon Sancho, could you not go and get Ousmane Dembele, Reguilon and Upamecano, or close? You might not have to spend a little bit more, but at the end of the day, you're getting 3 players. You're not just getting 1. You're improving the centre-back, you're improving the left-back, you're improving the right winger. So, I hear you on that one, Zen's LOL. I'm receiving that one loud and clear, my friend, and I agree. Adjir comments, even as an Arsenal fan, it baffles me that Sancho is a priority compared to deepening your squad. There you go, Adjir. Thank you for commenting as an Arsenal fan, mate. And yeah, I have to agree. I think maybe the money would have been better spent distributing it across a few different positions in the team. I understand how great it is to have a player like Sancho because he's 20. He's only going one way in terms of everything, single possible way, whether it's from a marketability point of view, whether it's from a quality point of view, everything. He's only going one way. He's 20 and he's already as good as he is. So he will be class in a few years' time, like proper class. And that would obviously get that position in the team completely sorted for the next decade, which is massive. So I do understand that. And if you're talking about adding the best possible puzzle pieces to the window, to the team every window, then he is definitely one of those puzzle pieces. So I kind of understand it if Solskjaer really wants him. But if all we end up with at this window is Sancho and Van der Beek, then I don't think we've done as well as we should have done. Like you said, I think we should have probably gone and got a centre-back and a left-back as well. Hey, what's going on? IRA Sunday. He says, good evening, big man. I only just joined. What is the update? Nice one, IRA Sunday. Thank you for getting in here, bro. So just to give you an update, Manchester United open talks to sign Watford winger Ismaila Sarr. That's what's being reported tonight by various different publications. And look, there's some basis to it because he's 22, he's young, he's in the Championship, he got relegated with Watford, he's available, he's cheap, he's young. That fits all of United's boxes, really. That's all the Glazers and Woodward really give a shite about. Is he cheap? Is he young? Will he hold his value? Is he good value? Is he a bargain? Yes, let's sign him then. So yeah, I think we'll probably, there's definitely some basis to this. If he doesn't go to Man United, I reckon he'll be going to another Premier League side. I thought he was reasonably impressive last season for Watford. He's only young, remember. They paid 40 mil for him. That goes to show you the sort of reputation he had going in. So I would say that Ismaila Sarr would be a good signing for United. And if he doesn't join us, he'll probably go to another bigger club. Now, I don't know how big of a club. It depends. I mean, he's not going to be playing first fiddle at Man United when he comes in. He's going to be playing second fiddle or even third fiddle. There's nothing wrong with that,
Can I have the last cherry bakewell, please?
Go on then.
Oh, that's nice.
That's fine, just to shut you up, love. No, I'm joking, but seeing as you had both the cookies earlier, I'd say that's pretty harsh. Shout out Godwin Collier. How you doing, Godwin? Thank you for subscribing to the channel, mate. Yeah, everybody, lovely name, by the way, Godwin. I love it. Do us a favour, if you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button, everybody. Get involved with this channel. We post daily videos throughout the transfer market of Manchester United's business and goings on and the latest dealings and what's happening. So check it out daily in the afternoon around about 2:33 p.m. and evening shows are around about 9:30 p.m. as well. Also, smash that like button, lads and lasses. We're nearly at 200 likes. I have to say that. That is sensational. So appreciate every single one of you that has smashed a thumbs up on it. If you haven't done so, you know what to do. Shastad says, is there any evidence we are interested in Sarr? I mean, look, this is what's being reported at this stage. So we've got some information in regards to MUFC. This is from Miguel Delaney. He's the head of sport at the Independent. We've got one from Metro. We've got one from there's a bunch of sources reporting that Manchester United have made the contact. That's all that ever happens with these news stories, by the way, guys. So like we can say, oh, Jadon Sancho. People were in talks with Jadon Sancho, but there's no actual public record of anything like that. It's just this is the speculation. These are the stories. This is the meaty story of the evening. Sarr to United. It's being reported by so many different places. So whether or not that's for you to make your mind up, really, if it's true or not. I personally think that it's a player we should be going to get and a player that we should be looking to get because he's cheap and he's available and it's a backup option. Nothing more, nothing less. Backup option. Matt Russ, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. He says, would like the guys to vote pig. Would like the guys to vote pig. Are we only signing Van der Beek? I just don't see how we don't sign any other players. Great show. Matt Rush, thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate that. Let's have a vote then for Matt Rush. He's asked the question there. Are we only signing Van der Beek? Thank you, Matt Rush. Stick a 1 in the live chat if you think that we end this transfer window having only signed Donny Van der Beek. Smash a 1. Smash anything else if you think we've got other players coming. Nice one, Matt Rush. Yeah, I mean, we could well end this window with only one player, in all honesty. Stephen says 1. Aaron Homeyard with 1. Jim Joe 2. A Dead Channel 1. Willie Feenan 1. Mark Voot. Vincent Bullock 2. There's a lot of 1s coming in here. There's a bunch of 2s as well. Percy Dahlia Man says 9. We're voting whether or not Man United sign any more players, basically. Donny van der Beek being the only player that comes in. Smash a 1 if you think he's the only player that we sign. The United Way says 7, Sancho. I love it. I love it. There's a good basis for it, isn't there? You know, come on, we've got to be getting Sancho. Hey, Nick Milisev, dude, Nick Milisev, sorry, Dick, I almost missed that, dude. Nick Milisev has become a channel member. Get in there, Nick Milisev. Nick Milisev, thank you so much for joining the Bacano Brigadiers, mate. You're a top lad. Nick Milisev, everybody. Hey, everyone, get your favourite, all the channel members, get your favourite member emoji in the live chat to say welcome to Mr. Nick Milisev, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope I'm saying that right, Nick Milisev, you legend. Appreciate it. Yes, Nick Milisev says, yes, sir. Thank you, Nick, man. That's absolutely cracking to have you on board. Appreciate it, matey. Everyone's getting those emojis in there. JP welcomes you with the Phil Jones Gurn emoji. Matt Rush with the Phil Jones, the Bruno and the Mrs. Piggy. Mrs. P with the wild piggy emoji.
Well, I'm getting praised. It's quite big.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for that, mate. That's really nice of you to join the show and join the membership. Haunted Radio says, do you think we will get Sancho? To be honest with you, Haunted Radio, I mean, I'm 40% on it now. A few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I still think there's a good chance because I think, look, the fans are going to be so annoyed and pissed off the next couple of weeks until we get some action done. And the way that the current owners, the Woodward and the board can really justify their position or appease the fans, that's probably the best way to describe it, appeasing the fans, is to sign Jadon Sancho. Whether they can get him for a lesser amount of money, who knows? But if they did sign Jadon Sancho, then most fans would forgive him. Most fans would forget about the current regime and how shit it actually is and how much money they are actually siphoning out the club. So that's how it is. If Man United fans saw Jadon coming in and the fact we spent 120 mil, nobody can really bat an eye. Nobody can really say, the Glazers haven't invested because they'd have spent 159 million in this window alone. So they would have invested. So it would appease most of the fan base. Most of the fan base would get out there and buy the merch with Sancho 7 on the back. Simple as that. Ben McAuliffe, thank you for the super chat, Ben. Great to have you commenting, mate. McAuliffe, I hope I said that right. Great name. He says, we could get Upamecano and Sarr and Alex Telles for around the same price as Sancho. Maybe a small bit more. We need options. Dude, I fully agree with you there, man. Like, I don't really understand why we waited till this stage of the window to realise that, though. Like, it should have been this case at the start of the window that, United need to improve in a few key areas. Centre-back being priority number 1 for me, because I just don't think Lindelof's that good. We didn't necessarily have the worst second half to the season, I think, defensively, but it's just not overall good enough for Manchester United, I don't think. Victor Lindelof and Maguire at the back, so we, of course, do need to get a centre-back there. And a left-back is absolutely imperative for me now. It really is, because Luke Shaw, if he's not fit, we're screwed there, really. Brando's a right-footed left-back. He's 20. He's not experienced. He's probably better over on the right-hand side anyway. We just haven't seen that. He was just used at left-back last year out of necessity from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Good player, good young player. I think I rate him. But we need a little bit more depth and quality there to challenge, to give competition and to cover for injury issues and when there's conditioning problems with old Tubby Lukey. Thank you, though, Ben McAuliffe, for that, mate. You're a top lad. What a random amount you sent, by the way. €5.49. Is there any significance to that, dude? The extra 49? I don't know. But you're a legend, Ben. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Willie Phelan comments, shouldn't Bailey, Twanzebe or Mengi get a run in this season? If we're not going to sign a centre-back because Maguire and Lindelof didn't work last year. I agree with you, Willie. I think they should. I know Twanzebe's going to be injured for a few weeks now, so he's not the only problem with Twanzebe. He does seem also injury-prone. I would say that. He was out for a bit last season, and he's also injured going into the start of this season. So would you not say that's injury-prone at his age, 22? That's my only concern about him. Eric Bailly, I think Eric Bailly and Maguire makes a better partnership than Lindelof and Maguire. I really do. So I agree with you on that one too. Only problem is Eric Bailly's a nutter. Eric Bailly's a bloody lunatic, man. He's going to throw himself around and get him sent off every other game, probably. He needs to rein it in. But he is a good player, and Mengi's probably the man in the long term. I'm looking at Mengi and I'm thinking this lad is particularly good for being so young. You don't necessarily know until they step up and they play the elite opposition within a senior team in the league, how he's going to get on and how he's going to compare against the top strikers around and the adult physical strikers. Remember, up until this point, Mengi's been largely playing with kids. So at 18 years years of age, you know, he's obviously been playing, you know, under 23s and under 18 games and all this sort of stuff. But really, it's a massive step up in physicality. It's a massive step up in competition and quality. So we'll see about Mengi. I like him in the side. I think he's got to be brought through this season, and let's play him in a bunch of games. But I don't think he's the answer at centre-back right now. I think we need to get a more ready-made, experienced centre-back in there. So that's my take on it anyway. But I can understand wanting to promote. United should be promoting youth. We should always be about that. We've always done that in our history, and we should absolutely be looking to continue that trend. So bringing your Greenwoods through and your Brandon Williamses through and your Mengies through should be absolutely imperative to what we're trying to do here. So I agree with that one, my friend. By the way, somebody sent me a thing saying they would like to know how to join channel membership or something because they can't do it on the iPhone or some business like that. So let me just stick it in here real quick in the live chat. If you wanted to, of course, it is on YouTube if you go on a computer, but if not, crikey, there's a bunch of comments coming through there. But anyway, there's the link. It's in the live chat if you guys want to check it out. So
Ellie suggested you send that to the mods so then they can...
Yes, that is a good idea, Eddie. I should definitely send that link to the mod so you guys can just do it because I've completely forgotten about that. Good shout, Ellie. Thank you very much. Daz Reynolds, what's going on? He says, Pig, who's your favourite United player this season? Thank you, Daz Reynolds, for the comment. So I'm guessing do you mean this season coming? Like, who do I think's going to be awesome? Or do you mean the last season? So the last season gone, my favourite player, probably, yeah, you know, it's hard to look past Bruno Fernandes. I really liked Rashford first half of the season. I was loving what I was seeing from Rashford. Wan-Bissaka was just Mr. Solid and dependable. So I absolutely love Wan-Bissaka. Those three were the three that I really enjoyed watching. And Greenwood, of course, as well. He was incredible. The way he come on and just burst onto the scene. So those four players, probably if I had to choose one, I'd say Bruno was the one that filled me with the most joy. Because it was like, wow, we've got this player, we've got this catalyst, we've got this leader, we've got this creator, we've got this soldier out there. So I was very happy with Bruno. He's my favourite one. And this coming season, Daz, I mean, look, it's not much has changed really, Daz, because we haven't signed Sancho. We haven't signed any big names or anything like that. We've got Donny in. I'm looking forward to what he can do. But it's Bruno again. Bruno's my favourite player for this season. It's got to be Bruno. He's going to pull all the strings. He's going to lead this United side. And he's probably going to do it to a very good standard as well because he's just a winner. You can see he's he's a fighter. So I think probably him. Gaz G says Tony. Mangashu911 GT. Thank you, Mangashu. He says we've hit 213 likes. You bunch of legends. Appreciate it, everyone, for stopping by and having your say and getting in here with your comments and smash a thumbs up on it if you haven't done so. But 213, that's sick, guys. Thank you. Aggo Kelly says Rashford and Bruno. Yeah, me too. I will agree with you, Aggo Kelly. Manajikas says Pig. Who will win? Man United with Sancho or? Hang on. Where's your comment gone? Where does that gone? Wait a sec. Where's your comment gone, mate? Oh, who will win? Man United with Sancho or Chelsea? Who will win? Who will finish higher? No, I still kind of think the United are going to finish higher. I think Lamps has got his work cut out for him to try and get all of those new personalities and players that he's got in the side pulling in the same direction and working overnight. I think he'll do well, but Werner's a great player. I really do think he's going to bang the goals in for them. Ziyech looks good. Havertz looks very good, you know. So they're doing some good stuff. They're signing players for the future here, just like we are, but they're doing it to a bigger extent. Takes a little to gel, though. So I'm thinking we're going to finish higher than them still, but it wouldn't surprise me if they overtook us. We could quite easily get left behind just by the amount of players they've added to their squad. They've added quality, and we haven't. Yes, Stephen Ty. Yes, mate. Stephen T.Y. Thank you, Stephen. He's become a member of the Bacon Brigade. Get in there.
Legend becoming members.
Thank you so much for becoming a member there, Stephen, mate. Top lad. Welcome to the Bacano Brigadiers, my friend. You know what to do, everyone. Stick that emoji in the live chat. Your favourite member emoji to welcome Stephen. Stephen, thank you for being getting involved with this channel lately a lot as well. And now you're a member, mate, so thank you. I'll get into that tomorrow, Gazji. Sorry there was no preview for the Crystal Palace game. I'm going to do that tomorrow afternoon instead now. So keep a lookout for that, guys. I will be doing a preview and giving you my match predictions and match selection predictions and all that sort of stuff. So keep a lookout for that tomorrow. Lucy Galbraith comments, Matt, this is it. They know they will be. Yeah, in terms of the Glazers and stuff like that, they know that, yeah, Matt Rush, I agree. It's, and thank you for that, as well. Adebayo Fawaz, nice one, getting those love heart emojis in there, everyone. Guys, thank you. Yeah, JP says new members equals legends. Really appreciate all the support on the channel recently, everyone. You know, all the new members, everyone getting in here. Like I say, the best thing you can do to support the show, believe it or not, is by just smashing that like button and maybe giving it a share on social media if you want. And just commenting, get involved, you know. If you haven't heard from me tonight, if I haven't responded to you, get in here, because I try to respond to everybody. Choc Lombardo says Patson Dakar. Patson Dakar would be a great player. What's up, babe? Oh no, well don't turn my light off. Haunted Radio says we do need to improve in a few key areas, but let's be honest, Sancho is a generational talent and these players don't come around too often. Fair point. Fair point. I mean, if you look at his stats and what he's done from the age of 18 to 20, it's pretty unbelievable. It's pretty impressive, and he does certainly carry all the hallmarks of a player that's going to go on and be a generational talent. So I hear what you're saying there, Haunted Radio, and sometimes to get that player, to get that Rio Ferdinand, who's a generational talent, in your side for the next decade, you got to pay. Sometimes to get that generational talent, you got to get him. Rachel Boswell, shout out Rachel Boswell. Just Amika, shout out Just Amika says, if United make top 4, then they have achieved success. In the eyes of the Glazers, yes. Even in the eyes of the fans, I suppose now that would have to be understandable, because we just know that that actually would be an acceptable place to finish, bear in mind the current squad and the competition from all the other teams. So yeah, unfortunately that's probably true. We should be looking to challenge for the title, but the Glazers, it's just all about generating enough and getting enough out of the team in terms of qualifying for the Champions League. Not necessarily about winning or competing, it's just about competing for the Champions League. I don't know, Mitesh Lakhani, actually, whether we'll make top 4 or not. I think there's a good chance. I would imagine we'll finish 3rd or 4th. Personally, that's where I think we'll finish. So I do think yes. I just want to read this out, actually, guys, because this is disgusting. This is another bit of disgusting information for you here. So we were talking about the Glazers and stuff like that, and you know what's really annoying? You know how everybody says, like, Man United, as soon as we get Champions League football, we don't invest the money, the Glazers don't invest, and when we don't have Champions League football, that's when they invest. It's so they can get Champions League football again, keep that Champions League revenue coming in, still have a seat at the top table in terms of the competitions around the world to be able to bring commercial deals into the club and all this sort of stuff, right? Well, look, this is from Rob Dawson, ESPN. He's come out and he said, in the 7 years since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement in 2013, Man United have spent, on average, £85.4 million on new players in summers following Champions League qualification. And when United have missed out on Champions League, they spent an average of £161 million, almost double. So if that isn't a clear indicator, over 7 years of the seasons that we missed out on the Champions League, we spent double the amount of than the summers that we got the Champions League football. So when we qualified, and we're supposed to invest to take us onto that next level, they rein in the spending. And when we don't have the Champions League football, they spend the money to try and get us the Champions League football again. If that isn't a clear indicator of what the Glazers are trying to do at this club, just keep us competitive at the top, but not really spending that extra money to take us to the very top, that's what it's all about. And there is a point of diminishing returns here for them. If they spend an extra 200 mil to challenge for the title, there's a chance that they won't even move that much up the league. They could spend an extra 200 mil just to finish 3rd. So that's why they're not going to do it. That's why they spend less money when we got the Champions League football. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Don't you think that's disgusting? JP comments, Champions League gets the global revenue. There you go, yeah. Lol says, we wasted so much money. Jonathan Gallagher says, screw the Glazers. Nice one, Jonathan. Rachel Boswell says, I'm a mank. Great to have you in here, Rachel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Rachel Boswell, everyone. Flex Felix comments, because of the sponsorship by Adidas, that's why they spend to get into the Champions League. There you go. We've even got a deal with Adidas where it's like, if we get in the Champions League, we get an X amount more money. If we don't have Champions League football, we get X amount less money. It's as simple as that. That's all they care about. Ollie's at the wheel. Tell me, how does it feel? Says, given that Wolverhampton likes Portuguese players, give them Dallo and 50 million and get Traore. I like your style there, actually. That's a very good comment. They might be interested in Dallo. He's a good player. He's only 20. He's not just good enough for United, I don't think, though. And Traore, you never know there, mate. That's not a bad shout. I like your style there. Can we put you in charge of Man United's recruitment, please? Please? Stefan Harringtonio, what's happening? Yeah, not a whole bunch, mate. Just chilling and killing like that Dylan on penicillin here. Wish we had something to celebrate, but we don't. Lucy Galbraith says, if Greenwood scores a hat-trick on Saturday, that's the Sancho deal over. P.S. It's great having the Glazers as owners. Twats. Hey, nice one, Lucy Galbraith. Thank you very much for that. You're right about that, there, scum. Oh, nice one, Asan Akhtar. Thank you very much, Asan, for becoming a member of the Bacon Brigade. Get in there, my son. Nice one, Asan Akhtar. Brilliant to have you aboard the Bacon Train. All aboard. Hoo, 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 hoo. All aboard the Bacon Train. That's it, yeah. What noise was I doing?
Ghost?
It's time to get aboard the whole train. Who remembers that? The whole train! Anyway, Asan Akhtar, mate, thank you so much for that, dude. Becoming a member. Everyone, you know what to do. You know how to greet Asan Akhtar. Now I shouldn't even have to say. All the channel members, get your channel member emoji in there to welcome Asan Akhtar to the posse. Get in there, Asan Akhtar. Thank you so much for that, dude. Also, search his name on Twitter. The guy does designs and stuff like that if you want to check him out. You speak to him on Twitter anyway, so check out Asan Akhtar. He's a top lad. I can't say that, Rachel Boswell. If the WWF could get away with it when kids used to watch it, then I could say it now. That's right, arrest YouTube. He says The Godfather. It's all aboard the whole train. A classic. Seb says, shout out to Rue on his birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know if it's spelled Rue or Rayu. Yeah, Rayu, maybe? Happy birthday, Rayu. Everybody put a birthday cake emoji in the live chat for Rayu. Get in there, Seb. Nice one. Clifford Day. Hello, Clifford Day. Getting those piggy emojis in there with the peace sign. Good to see you, Clifford. Chuck Lombardo says, would Dortmund take Fred in part exchange for Sancho? Chuck, interesting. I don't know if they would. I think they might take one of our players, though. You don't often see that a lot these days, do you? I'm sure that used to be more of a thing. You just don't really see many exchange deals ever really being undertaken, ever. I mean, can anybody think of a time where United have signed a player and sent somebody in the opposite direction? Hang on. Wasn't Mkhitaryan and Alexis Sanchez that kind of thing? Or was that two separate deals? I don't know, but it happened around about the same time. Hey, put it in the live chat if you can remember a time that United have part exchanged a player for another player. Because it doesn't really happen. Like, people always talk about that. Maybe we should swap this player for that player. It never bloody happens, man. It's very rare that that happens, I think.
You missed Alan T.
Oh, Alan T, dude. Sorry, Alan T, mate. How did I miss the super chat there, bro? How have I done that? Asan Akhtar, welcome to the BB, my friend. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Alan T, dude. Thank you so much. I apologise. He comments, all the money has been spent on the 4 NFL players. There you go. Tom Brady and the like. Yeah, with their Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what I call them? The Tampa Bay Fuccaneers. Because why the hell are we fucking around with them? Why do they care more about that absolute outfit of mess in the NFL than Manchester United? Goes to show... Sorry for the language, guys. Sorry for the language. Sorry. The Tampon Bay fucking ears. That's what they're really called. Sorry. Tampon Bay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They play at the Maxi Tampon Stadium.
Maxi Tampon.
That's what I reckon. Ride the Spiral says, who is in the room with you? It's just some tart, mate. Don't worry. I've just got a tart round.
Douchebag. Some tart. What an arse shit you are.
No. It's my missus. It's my missus, mate. Anyway. Yeah, that's right, Mark Voot. The Tampon Bay fucking nears. Exactly. Alexis and Mkhitaryan. Yeah, that was something like that, wasn't it? F the NFL, says Jonathan Gallagher. Ride the Spurs says, laugh my ass off. Glenn says, the American fans can actually get to the Glazers. That's why. Fair point there. Fair point. It's only Woodward who's the scapegoat over here. Stephen Ty says, it's an AI with pig. What's that mean? Artificial intelligence? Mitesh Lakhani says, you dirty sod. I'm sorry, Mitesh, I can't help it. I've got a bit of a dirty mind. The normal one says, divorce incoming.
Yeah, too right.
Divorce is positive if you ask me, you know. I'm just saying. I'm joking. David Hanley comments, Sarr looks to be joining every cloud. Sarr looks to be David Hanley. Sarr looks to be joining Liverpool. He's 1-10 with the bookies. We will mess about Sancho until the end of the window and maybe sign him, but that will be it. We are a joke. Glazers out. David Hanley, is he 1-10 with the bookies, mate? Don't be coming in here and dropping that down there, mate. No, you might be right though. That's the thing. I mean, look, United are missing out on all our targets at the moment. Just because we're going in for him, just because we're interested in signing him, does not mean that we will actually sign the guy. If there's other clubs that are interested in him, especially clubs like Liverpool, there may be a good chance that that he would rather go there. So yeah.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think you.
Yeah, nice one. Hey, thank you very much for your comment, by the way, David Hanley, because on Odds Checker, at least, it says you can get 1 to 10 on him joining Liverpool. And also, what's that? What's the bet on United there? Oh, 10 to 1. Oh, well, that's shit then, isn't it? So 1 to 10 he's joining Liverpool, 10 to 1 he's joining United. That's what the Odds Checker, that's what the bookies have said at the moment. So that means, yeah, he's heavily linked to a move to Liverpool then and much more likely to sign for them. Bloody hell, I mean, please don't let that happen. You know, I say please don't let that happen. It's only Ismaila Sarr. It's a backup option for Man United. But still, it just goes to show you, though, where Man United are in the terms of having the power in the window and all that kind of thing. We just don't have it right now. Shit, isn't it? So shit. The normal one comments, Mourinho has stole the wheel. He's got a bloody clamp on it, mate. That's what he's done. He's taken the wheel over to bloody Tottenham and put a clamp on the team. By the way, they only just scraped through the Europa League qualifying tonight against, who was it? Lokomotiv Plovdiv? Lokomotiv Plovdiv or Plodviv or something like that. You know, that well-known beast of a team, Lokomotiv Plodviv. And they only just got through by the skin of their teeth, really. It took 2 red cards. So Ploddiv went 1-0 up around about the 70th minute. And it took 2 red cards around about the 80th minute and a penalty before Spurs were able to get back and win that game. So Spurs are shite. Make no bones about it like Phil Jones with no bones, the gelatinous mess. We are, we are probably a better outfit than Spurs. I just think Spurs are going to be shit this season. I do. I think they're going to be shit. Even if they get Reguilon and Bale, I still think they're going to be shit this season, guys. Maybe I could be wrong, but I've got a feeling they're going to be proper poodoo magoo. Guys, thank you. Jim Butt says, new to the channel. Good work. Dude, thank you very much for that, Jim. Appreciate it, man. Great to have you on here, Jim. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. Click that sub button. As you can see, I sit here sweating like a pig talking about shit all night most of the time. And tarts. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for stopping by and finding the channel. If you are new, hit the sub. Matty Rush comments 247 likes, guys. That is awesome. Smash the thumbs up on it if you haven't done so already. Let's smash the 250 barrier. Get in there. Yeah, every like you chuck on it definitely helps this stream out and helps get it out there. So if you want to support the show, please do. JP says Poodoo Magoo. I got loads of random sayings. We've got loads of random sayings. Oh, the Treacle Queen. G-Wolf, you're our, what would we call G-Wolf? The Wolf King. Yeah, that's badass. That's like some Game of Thrones shit. Hey, everybody, stick a wolf head emoji in the live chat for G-Wolf, just for being a legend. Matt Rush comments, Jose will get sacked this season. Good shout. A good shout. I think he will. I think he's gash. I think he's going to have a terrible time there. He's got a good team, but he's actually got the inability, I think, has crept into his game now. His management style is from a bygone era. People know how to get the better of Jose now. He's too negative, too defensive. They're going to get torn apart. Shout out Victorious King for subscribing to the channel. Nice one. Becky Hope, thank you. She says 250 likes now, Pig. Get in there, my son. Appreciate it. Constant Pratt says he's a monk. Ibrahim Shafiq says, stop waffling. I suggest you get used to it, Ibrahim, if you're going to hang out here. Shane Rudd says 250. Get in there, Lucy Galbraith as well.
Ollie at the wheel, how does it feel? Because sex relieves stress. Well,
sex relieves stress. That's all right. We'll go for a cheeky Tommy Tank. Every now and then, sometimes it's good to do it on your own. You know what I mean?
Every now and then. Your browser history would say it was.
It's healthy, it's natural, it's healthy and beautiful. That's what they tell you at school, guys, when you're growing up. You know, they say it's perfectly natural, perfectly normal, yeah.
Healthy and beautiful.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to do it 2 or 3 times a day. You're supposed to clean the pipes.
I never had a school teacher say it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. But that's because you put up rookie numbers, love. You got to start putting up these pro numbers. You know what I mean? Anyway, Stephen Bezic comments, he's a monk. He's Bob Monk. Stephen Bezic, is that Carl Pilkington or just a random bald man you've got as your avatar there? G-Wall says Tommy Tank. Ollie's at the wheel. Thank you for that, dude. Nice one, Becky Hope. You legend. Appreciate it. Crash Spin says, I miss the beard. I hear you on that one, Crash Spins, man. Yeah, I mean, it just basically, the moustache is the annoying thing. This feels so much nicer not having, like, little tickly bits of hair around me, mate. So I'm glad I shaved that off, to be fair. Hypha comments, he's having a Barclays. Barclays Bank. I've never heard that one before. I love it. He's having a Barclays.
Says ham shank.
He's having a NatWest. What?
Matt Rush says ham shank.
Hamshag, there's another one, yeah. Hey, there's another one as well, Beef Bully. No, it's just somebody in the live chat called Beef Bully, but it fits. He's having a beef bully. Anyway, he says, hi, Pig. And why have you spelled cum like that, Beef Bully, in all honesty? Why have you spelled cum like that? He says, hi, Pig, where you think we will come this season? Well, to answer your question, I would say that's private. But no, actually, I think third or fourth, mate. Third or fourth, somewhere around there. Unless we strengthen significantly, unless we do get Sancho and a centre-back, I don't see us creeping into the top two. I think third or fourth. Ryan Williams comments, when you lot read my comments, you'd realise it's true. We haven't bought Sancho because we can't afford him. That may be true, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, look, we haven't spent the money for a reason. We're going in there and negotiate with them, trying to get him for less money because we don't want to spend the money. So, yeah, you might be right. Rachel, yeah, I'm from Stockport. Want to go for breakfast? Let's do it. Let's arrange. Let's get a blind date on the go. Da-da, 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 da-da. That's it. We're going to do it. We're going to get a love connection on the show. JP and Rachel Boswell. Rachel Boswell, come on down. Here's our Graham. Here's our Graham. Some of you of a certain age will know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, here's our Woody. We bring on Ed Woodward as the... Yeah, anyway, Philip Chapman comments, hi, Pig. What a breath of fresh air you are. Philip Chapman, my friend, what a breath of fresh air that comment was, my friend. Appreciate that. Jim Butt says, Deadwood on to high wages to get rid. Yeah, they're on too high wages, aren't they? Nobody wants to come in and pay 130 grand for Phil Jones, the pink Lamborghini taxi driver. Nobody wants to do that. Mark Voot, man. Thank you, Mark Voot, for getting in here tonight, matey. Where's your comment? He says... what comment are you? Oh, Kois Ali, I hope we lose against Crystal Palace. What are you on about, Kois Ali, mate? We can't lose against Crystal Palace, dude. We can't want to lose against Crystal Palace just because our owners are shit and they haven't invested. We still love the players. Like I said, I love this set of players more than any since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, to be honest. I just dig I dig the vibe. I'm behind this team. So I definitely want them to win. I definitely want them to succeed. That's not really going to do too much for us losing the first game against Crystal Palace anyway. Like, it's not going to convince them to spend money or anything like that, I don't think. Nice one, D Malik. Thank you very much, D Malik. Says, Mr. Pig, I like your laughter. Thank you very much, D. Very, very kind of you to say. I'm glad somebody does out there.
People like your laugh. What are you on about?
Gaz G says, here's our Graham with a quick reminder. Oh, rest in peace, Cilla Black, by the way. She's probably my favourite ever Scouser. Like, there's not that many Scousers that I like, but Cilla Black, she was absolutely lovely, weren't she, really? Yeah. Cilla Black, Scouser, gone but not forgotten, eh? Legend. Yeah, that's right, Becky Hope says, good old Cilla Black and was a legend. Absolutely, I agree entirely. GB says, with Bruno and Martial, we always hope for a win. Good shout there. We do have great players capable of getting the job done. So even if we don't sign other players, we still got a good team with players like that in there. I hear you. Lucy says, not a real fan if you want a team to lose for F's sake. Good point, Lucy Galbraith. I do think that, yeah, I mean, look, it's not good to want to see United lose at the moment. I sort of understand what they're saying. If we have a negative period, then they might spend. But nah, that's not really going to help us for the season. We need to start the season really well. We need to get the win against Palace. We need to start well. That will also maybe help us get other players, other signings. I don't know. If they think that Solskjaer's really got a chance of getting into the top few this season in the league, maybe they will spend that money and give him the help. Mank Tank says, surprise, surprise. Nice one, Mank Tank. That's right, surprise, surprise. Jim Butt, 3-1 to United. We'll get into predictions and stuff for the game tomorrow on the channel. So we'll do a preview. I'm not going to give you my score prediction yet for the Palace game because obviously I'm going to save that until we do the Pistol Kralis. Until we do the Pistol Kralis preview. No, I always call them Crystal Phallus anyway. You know what I mean? Like a glass dildo, yeah. Crystal Phallus. What? That's what it is. That's what it means. Yeah, a crystal phallus would be a glass dildo. That's what it would be. Yeah, that's why it's funny.
You're dildo obsessed.
I'm not dildo obsessed. What are you trying to say? I don't own any dildos. Why are you trying to say that I'm dildo obsessed? Why would you say that on air? I'm not dildo obsessed. Note to everyone, guys, don't do these videos with your missus in the room. You know what I mean? Note to self. Note to self.
I'm sorry.
Kick her out. First Class Gamer, I would love to do that. He says we should do a Blind Date United version. JP, Ryan, KM as contestants. I think that's such a good idea. Any ladies in the live chat would be up for that. We've got Lucy Galbraith, we've got Rachel Boswell. There's a couple of others in here too, you know. Get involved. Yeah, we got Mrs. P. We got Mrs. P. Right, let's get this show back on track, lads and lasses. I apologise. Nice one. Mangashu says, your laugh reminds me of Tiny Tim for some reason. Not the singer, the prank call guy. Oh, okay. Gaz Chi, thank you very much. JP, Glenn, Lucy Galbraith, David Hanley, Asan Akhtar, First Class Gamer. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's been a really fun random show tonight, actually, really, even if we have got a bit off the topic. But do us a favour, smash the like on it, get your thoughts and opinions in. Appreciate this brilliant community of legends, so much positivity flying around here tonight. So thank you so much to you all for getting involved, honestly. You're a bunch of heroes. Let's get into the news, then the rest of the news that we wanted to just talk about.
I didn't mean Mr. P was obsessed with that. That came out wrong.
Okay, so we understand in regards to Alex Telles as well that we are being heavily linked to him and we're expecting to table at 18 to 25 million pound bid for him. I'm not going to get too much into that. We'll wait and see until there's a bit more movement on that one, but keep a lookout for that. Alex Telles potentially still a target, but I'm still dubious on that one as well. I'm not going to lie. If you're just getting in here, Man United are being linked with opening up talks with Watford for Ismaila Sarr. Also, a little bit more news in regards to Jadon Sancho. Fabrizio Romano says, expect Man United to do something. They're waiting, perhaps to sell players like two top clubs. Now is the time to advance and pay. Nice one. Let's have a look then. So, what else did I want to talk about? There's one other thing here, which is... Oh no, I think maybe that's it. Guys. But either way, yeah, that's basically it. It's just the Ismaila Sarr stuff and the bunch of stuff we've already talked about. We've apparently made contact. There's another, I'm just seeing more reports from it as well. Man United and Liverpool tipped to do battle over Ismaila Sarr. So that is a fair comment. Somebody commented earlier, forgive me if I've forgotten who it was, but you know who it was, you legend, and said that Liverpool are 1 to 10 to sign him, so they're favourites. We looked into the odds. He's absolutely spot on. United are the second favourite to sign him at this moment in time. So it's probable that he's going to Liverpool at this stage. If that's to be believed, I mean, we don't know. Maybe it's only because United have just really got involved in the race. But it does look like Sarr is being targeted by Man United and Liverpool, and we might battle it out with Liverpool again for the signing of this young backup. That's all it'll be for both teams. He's not going to go into Liverpool's team and dislodge Firmino or dislodge Mane or dislodge Firmino. He's not going to do that. And whereas at United, he might get a few more game opportunities. He might get a bit more game time. So that might be one positive to possibly getting him back in there. But that would be very annoying if Liverpool just got their business done this week and got Thiago in and got Sarr in. That would be very frustrating. So I hope that United are going to go in for him, and I hope that, you know, as a backup, like I say, he's not an option. He's not an alternative really to Jadon. He's just a backup option that can help us out in various positions on the pitch. So it makes a lot of sense. And he's 22 as an asset, from an asset point of view. It makes a lot of sense. Hey, how's it going, Clam J? Thank you for getting in here with that. I don't even know what that is really, to be honest. GB comments, we can't battle no one with these negotiators. Anybody know what a chode is? What's a chode? Either way, nice one. Mangashu says, thanks, Mr. and Miss UP. Looking forward to the preview tomorrow. Good man, Mangashu. Oni's at the wheel. How do I feel? Says, do you like toes? I mean, me not personally, no. I find toes disgusting, especially my missus's. Ryan Barberspin 9. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
He's always horrible about my feet. That's so nice.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I just would appreciate if the big toenail wasn't that long, that's all. I'm joking.
Right. It's a reveal all now. Everyone in the chat, ask me anything about Mr. P and I'm...
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Snowball says, I like ankles. Well, that's a bit strange. Nice one, Lucy Galbraith says, love this channel. Glad I came across it. Thank you so much. Glad you did as well. Glenn says it's 2020 and men can appreciate a poke in the... Oh, crikey, Glenn. I don't know, mate. I mean, that's each to their own. I suggest each to their own. Matt Rush comments, we hit 28.8k subs. Get in there, my son. Come on, lads and lasses. That's cause for celebration. Come on, my son. Get in there. 28.8k subs on the road to 29, lads and lasses. That's right. That's right, G-Wolf, he says, Pig is on fire. Scotty's on fire.
That was so rude.
Stefan, no, it was a joke.
Yeah, thanks, Stefan.
Stefan, you're right. She has got nice toes, mate. You're right. You're spot on.
Your tongue, such porky pies, right?
No, I'm not. I like the toes. Fred Crano, I'm not a feet man, though, to be honest. I don't get that. You know how some people have a foot fetish?
You're always
I don't
different
get that at all. Feet are rank, man, and they smell cheesy at the best of times.
Well, mine certainly
Okay, if
do.
you're just out the bath and you've scrubbed them with a pumice stone or something, then maybe. But realistically, they're horrible. So I don't really understand why people love feet, to be honest. It's quite strange. I don't get that. Anyway, each to their own, though. You know, there's probably, I imagine Cinnamon's a foot fetish man, for instance. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
He's full
kidding.
of them tonight, Mark, isn't he? My God. Do you want to see anything else while we're on it? Any more of my little things? Yeah?
What does that mean? Do we want to see any more of your little things on it? Is that what you just said? Anyway, no, that's fine. Thank you, Stefan. He says, forgot to give you a like, rectified. Thank you so much for that, dude. Yeah, if you've not smashed that like button yet, you can do so now. Please do leave a cheeky little like on the video. You know, this evening show tonight's a little bit of a different vibe, obviously. We're talking about stuff, but, you know, really, just trying to have a laugh. It's just too stressed out at the moment with this transfer business going on. I can't be doing with it, to be honest. The video earlier, I was so tense by the end of it. It's just a wind-up, whereas tonight I'm just chilling out a little bit, trying to have a laugh.
Not really first class game. He doesn't really have
A little bit, mate.
Not.
Yeah, I never used to. It's just where I'm getting older now. I'm getting a few hairs and stuff like that in certain key areas, you know? JP says foot fetish is creepy. It's a bit odd. I mean, it's not for me, but each to their own. Nibbler789 says, I think all your food is going to taste of almond from now on, after the abuse you have given Mrs. P tonight.
I know what dirtbag you run about called me a tart, said I've basically got rank feet.
Yeah. Anyway, it was all a joke. Primot, yeah, you never know, actually, Primot, on that one, to be fair. Jim Joe Bobley says, feet are for football boots. Good shout, Jim Joe Bobley. First Class Gamer says, I like feet. Why not? That makes sense, First Class Gamer, you know. That kind of makes sense. You remind me of that guy, you know, the assistant in Mr. Deeds, where he's like, I like feet. I do not know why. That sort of reminds me of you. Anyway, MUFC Matt says Sky reporting that United don't want to pay 108 million for Sancho, and have had that view all window. I think that's very true. I don't think we want to pay any money for Sancho anywhere near that. So I buy that. Mitesh Lakhani says United transfers are becoming mental torture. You're right about that one, Mitesh. It's a proper undertaking being a United fan in this window. Carly Bennett says, Pig, switch the camera around onto her feet. No. Do you want to just put the camera? Do you want to put your foot in front of the camera now?
No.
Shall I get the tape measure out as well?
You're definitely on the safest mic coming over. You, right?
It's a joke. It's a joke. Dennis Usher comments, I think we should spend that Sancho money in getting a few players. Thank you very much. Asan Akhtar, one of the latest members of the channel. Shout out to Asan Akhtar. He says, like and subscribe. Thank you very much for that, Asan Akhtar.
I've only got small feet. I've only got size 4 feet.
Yeah, she's only got little plates of meat, to be fair.
I'm waiting for your next comment. Yeah, the feet.
Mrs. P with her size 12 boats.
You.
Boats? Why is it?
I don't know. It is
What's that?
You know, like,
I thought boat was Cockney rhyming slang for face, like boat race. Boat race, face. I don't know. I thought plates of meat was Cockney rhyming slang for feet.
was it canoes?
Educate me, please, JP.
Just spit out my beak.
Nice one, Primot.
Go on, you might as well reveal all. This is like a Mrs. P reveal.
I'm not revealing all, no. CJ Charles says we should just get Sarr and Tellez with the Sancho money. Good shout, CJ Charles, and then we'd be able to get a centre back too. I prefer that. I prefer strengthening other areas of the team overall. I really do, than just getting Sancho in at this stage. But it looks like that's probably going to be the most likely. Big God Bob says the Glazers have a melt fetish. There they do, mate. Yes, they're a bunch of melters, those guys. I mean, it is a big shame that they're our owners, but what can you do? What can you do right now? Jonathan Gallagher says, Pig, what shoe size are you? I'm 11 to 11.5, my friend, UK. 11 to 11.5. Yeah, that's right. I added the 0.5.
You're not putting.
I added the 0.5. I'm lying. I just wanted to make myself seem like I had bigger feet. That's all.
You're more a 10.
I'm definitely not a 10, no.
Yeah.
My feet are as wide as they are long, by the way. I've got some serious plates of meat on me, guys. But I am a size 11, yeah, size 11. I added the 0.5.
I'll say 10.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, Hassan Akhtar, we do smash up Crystal Palace. That would be brilliant. I can see Bruno Fernandes having his wicked way with them as well. Matt, have you ever seen Matt says, get your feet out for the lads. Get your feet out, get your feet out, get your feet out for the lads.
No, not tonight. Another night. And then I'll show you that I don't.
Oh dear. First guy's name says Pig says size 11, so in reality it's size 8. No.
Exactly.
I didn't actually embellish that at all. That's legit true. I embellished it by saying 11.5. I don't know why I felt the need to do that, but I did. I don't know if you can see this handspan, by the way. 128 people, year 9 biology class. We did a year sample of who had the longest handspan. That's from there to there. That's from the top of the pinky to the bottom of the thumb. Guess who was number 1 in the year, mother chuffers? That's right, me. What does that indicate? Just saying. You can make your own mind up on that one. Anyway, it means I need big gloves, big goalkeeper gloves. That's what I'm talking about. Glenn says it's not only the feet you add some length, I suspect.
Look at you, Billy Big Bollocks out over there.
Billy Big Bollocks. G Beads, thank you, G Beads. He says 300 likes for Mrs. P's feet. Go.
People must think I've got awful trotters now.
By the way, men always do that. No man ever goes, you know, oh, by the way, I've got a tiny penis. They never do that. They always play up, don't they? They don't play down.
Well, I'm not.
I don't think so, anyway.
I'm not revealing that on the screen, am I?
What, you couldn't reveal it anyway unless the viewers had a microscope.
Why?
I'm just joking. I know, it's a joke. There you go. I just thought I'd flip the script and tell people I have a micro penis.
I can confirm he does.
Oh, shut up, JP.
Why
Why don't you get yours out, mate? Why don't you come and show your face on here? Yeah, that's right.
you make his day, JP?
Big hand, says Steve Archer. I was a goalkeeper, mate. Thank you, Dennis Usher. He says, really enjoy your energy. JP says the 1-incher. First Class Gamer says, okay, 30k sub special. What's the plan? I don't know yet, you know. I've got a few ideas. I don't want to reveal anything yet. It's going to be a surprise. Okay, sorry, Craven Moorhead. Nice name. Says, stop talking about gentleman's sausage, please, and get back to United news. Great name, by the way, just to ask that question. That's brilliant.
Well, he's obsessed with anything sausage shaped, it would seem, and we talked about dildos and men's genitalia and...
I don't know, Matt Rush. What's going on? I guess we're running out of shit to talk about, mate. So that's why, no, just like I said, we've had a stressful day. I feel like every United fan in here has probably shared the stress of today because we have just felt like the transfer window's been a nightmare. Liverpool look like they're going to sign Thiago. Spurs are signing Reguilon and Bale. United are being left behind in this transfer window. So it's very depressing. So I'm just trying to relieve a little bit of that depression, that's all. I'm just trying to have a laugh. That's all I'm trying to do, you know? Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying, Peggy? Yeah, all right, Pat. Anyway, Chica Hampo says, Man United news, please. You'll probably have to go back and watch the start of this video, to be fair. I'll probably have to say, just go back and watch the start. That makes sense. GB says, who would you start on Saturday? I will save that, actually, GB, for my preview tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the show and keep a lookout for that preview coming tomorrow. JP says, Pig, I don't want to show you up. I have a sexy gun, he says, like Phil Jones. Fair play to you, JP. You know, I probably couldn't hold a candle to your pal, to be fair, I'm guessing. Stephen Ty says, stressful day is good with foot massage. Just saying. You've definitely got one of these FFs there, Stephen Ty. Glenn says, thanks for the last pig. I had a shit day. Glenn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Everyone stick a thumbs up or a love heart in the live chat for Glenn to cheer him up on his shit day, because he's a top lad as well as Glenn. Gaz G, thank you. JW92, great to see you in here, buddy. One of the long-time channel members. Thank you, JW92, for being a part of this channel a long time. Ryan Burberspin9 says, says, Pig Daddy's relieving some stress. You know it. There's lots of ways to relieve stress. This is just one of them. What? Why are you looking at me like that for? Joseph Misko says, has this show turned into Flying Porn United? No, that's on pighub.com. If you go to pighub.com/porkypig69, that's where you'll find me. Jonathan Gallagher says, laughing is a good medicine. You're right about that. So spelling, Jonathan. So's learning how to spell. I'm joking. Jim Joe Bobley, Jonathan Gallagher. Are you joking me? Yeah, but that's out of laziness, not anything else. I'm sure he did the same. Mazin Altahia says, sub or pig will bang you out. That's a bit strong, Mazin. I'm a lover, not a fighter, mate. I'm a lover, clearly, you know. But subscribe for the love anyway. You know, that sounds wrong. No, No, just forget what I said. But either way, subscribe to the show if you're new to the channel. Hit the sub button like Scar here. Thank you, Scar. Polar Bear says, new interview coming this week. I'm working on it, Polar Bear. I'm working on it. We shall see. Desmond Abuka, good evening to you, Desmond. Liam Hardy, he says, Pig, do you think we'll go for Tellez? I do, Liam, I do. But I'm still not 100% convinced. I'm really not. I just think that we need a left back and he fits the bill and he's going to be available for a cheap price. Yes, that's right, Clam J. Pork Hub. Dennis Usher says, with us being involved in Champions League, we need more in-depth quality to our squad. Spend wisely, absolutely. Isaac Nielsen says, still think Sancho will come, though. Hope so. You know, that would be great if he does. Stefan says, Stefan, right. Jonathan Gallagher, Ryan Burberspin 9 says, stomach ache from laughing. Nice one, Ryan Burberspin 9. That is good. Gaz G says, pigs on fire, then eat. Thank you very much, Gaz G. I mean, we're going to bring this one to an end now, because we have been rambling for over an hour and a half, and that's just mental, isn't it? Thank you for that, JP. Says, Pig, you're a handsome devil that's punching, but you done way better than me, mate. JP, nice one. I'm definitely punching with the missus there, to be fair. She is pretty hot, actually. She's tasty. She's pretty tasty. I'm lucky anyway. Yeah, definitely. I've got a hottie and I'm an absolute state, so I'm lucky. I'm a not. Have you not seen the state of me, love? You know, anyway, to be fair, though, you know, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and real beauty comes from the inside, and I truly believe that as well. So I'm not even taking the piss there. I do. Anyway, guys. Right then, okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Guys. So, you know, I think... Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Just smashed my phone up. Sorry, guys, yeah. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes before we go then. I'll stick around until we've got to 300 likes. Actually, no, and I'm not going to do that. That's not wise. But if you haven't smashed the like button yet, then please do hit the like. Also, come back in a few minutes' time when this vid's finished and come back and have your say on any of the topics that we've talked about. Do you want Ismaila Sarr at United? Do you want Ismaila Sarr? Come back and have your say. Let me know who else you think we should get. Should we get Jadon Sancho? Or instead of the money we're spending on Sancho, should we go and get a few other players, you know? Thank you, Matt Rush. You're a top lad. Follow Matt on Twitter, MattUnited20 as well. He's the transfer guru of the show and just a top lad. Thank you very much. Craig Andre Yogi says, love the show, dude. Keeping it real. Thank you, Craig, man. Such a nice thing to say. Yeah, we try to keep it as real as possible on this channel, you know? Keep it real to pay the bill. That doesn't make any sense. David Henley says, Pig, you kind of remind me of Jonah Hill. Yeah, you're a legend. Keep up the good work. David, everybody says that, my friend. And it kind of pisses me off. But fair play to you. I've heard it a lot. You know, people do say Jonah Hill. Yeah, they do say that. They say I look like some sort of messed up amalgamation of Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen. Some sort of weird alternate world where Seth Rogen was a female and he mated with Jonah Hill and they had a baby. That sort of thing. Abby Dixon says, please don't go. Please don't go. I've got to go, Abby. I've got to go. Time's marching on. It's 11:30. But Abby, I will be back tomorrow in the afternoon with a preview for the game. And we'll be back tomorrow night with another transfer show as well. Thank you, Dimez HD. He says, smash the likes. Thank you, Dimez, mate. You're a top lad. Smash the like on it if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate every single one of you for tuning in tonight. Mark Voot as well says, I love this channel. Thank you, Mark Voot. You're a legend among legends. Appreciate it. JP as well, Knight, have a great one, my friend. He says you have a great personality to compensate the small dong pig.
The part with the messed up feet wants to say.
Part with the messed up feet, what have you got to say?
Thanks everyone for being great and legends as always in the chat. You're a lovely bunch.
Legends. This is a great community. I do love every single one of you, honestly. Thank you for entertaining me. Thank you for interacting with me. Honestly, because, You don't have to be here, guys. You bring a lot to this channel. Like, it's a right laugh, some of the stuff you guys come out with. Thank you, Jonathan. He says, quality vid. Stephen Ty says, night guys. Night guys. Have a feet night. Amazing Outer here says, what time is the live tomorrow? Around about 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon, maybe 3 p.m. Somewhere around about there. And the evening show's always at 9:30. Apart from tonight, it was at 9:45. But it's usually at 9:30. So yeah, afternoon show, evening show. Good night, Becky Hope. Thank you for getting in here. Have a good sleep. Good night, Mazen Outer here as well. Thank you. Mark Vu, have a great night. Gaz G, Glenn, Mrs. P, Dennis Usher. Thank you very much for that, Dennis Usher. Polar Bear. Yes, get in there, Polar Bear. We smashed 300 likes. Hallelujah. 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 Nice one, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and getting in here. Simon Cowie, Clifford Day, Stephen Ty, Nibbler789, Isaac Nilsson, Dimez HD, G Wolf United, Mark Voot, Ryan Burberspin 9. Every single one of you guys, every single one, all the guys, all the gals, everyone out there in internet land. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. Really appreciate you stopping by. And do you know what? I'm very sorry, but I did actually miss this donation from somebody during the show from Eddie Benson. Sorry, Eddie Benson. Are you still there, Eddie Benson? Are you still in here, Eddie Benson? Make yourself known if you're still in here, Eddie Benson. But either way, Eddie Benson, thank you for sending the PayPal over, dude. You're a top lad. Sorry I missed that during the show, mate. I apologise. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, everyone else, for watching. You're a bunch of heroes. There's no comment to go with it, by the way. But Eddie, shout out to Eddie Benson. Get in there, Mr. Benson. Appreciate it. Fred Cranham, Ryan Burberspin, Mrs. P, G Beads, Aaron H, Nibbler789, Vincent Bullock. Have a good night. This is the pig out of here. Mrs. P, she says goodbye as well.
Good night, everyone. Legends. Have a lovely day tomorrow.
Joseph Misco with a late super chat. He asked me a question right at the end, Joseph. Oh. Anyway, he said, no, thank you so much for that, dude. He said, just sent £2 over. I should be bloody kissing his feet. It's a theme of tonight's video, isn't it?
Wait, it's mine.
No, I wouldn't. Joseph Misco says, when is the next FIFA live stream, Mr. P? It's going to have to be very soon, isn't it? It really is. Do you know what I think I might do on tomorrow night, actually? I think tomorrow night after the evening vid. I think, yeah, tomorrow night we'll do a bit of FIFA. Sounds good. But when FIFA... when FIFA 21 comes out, we're going to get smack bang on it, guys. We're going to get smack bang on it. Oh, yeah. All right, then, guys. Abby Dixon, good night. Thanks for getting in here tonight. Dennis Usher, Asan Akhtar, new member. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Rachel Boswell, stay classy. Stefan Harringtonio, yes, keep those erotic masterpieces coming. Mrs. P, Kate Bandit, Ryan Burbspin 9, Jonathan Gallagher, Stephen Ty, JP, Matt Rush, Boswell. Absolutely have a great evening. Abby Dixon, thank you so much. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't done so, smash the like. I'll see you tomorrow. You've been watching The Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. Stay classy, have a good one, and come on, United.
G-Wolf just said when he goes off stream, he's going to kiss Mrs. P feet. He's definitely not G-Wolf.
I'm going, guys. I'm going, guys. This is taking a strange turn.
Where you're going? You're
at the
going
end.
straight to the sofa. You're coming nowhere near me.
All right, have a good one, everybody. Stay classy. Thanks for watching. What a weird end to this video, by the way. That's a fucking weird end. Mazin says do till 2 p.m. I can't do that, Mazin. Mark Voot, Joel Hughes, have a good one. Okay, that's it. Stay classy, stay classy. This is the pig. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Oh my god, that was funny. That was funny. I had a laugh tonight. I needed that. I needed to let off some steam, you know. I needed to just have a laugh as opposed to just like getting myself wound up with all this transfer stuff, you know. Just wanted to jump on here tonight and just relieve a bit of stress rather than create a bit of stress, you know what I mean? Abby Dixon says, Mrs. P, I love your voice.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you, Craven Moorhead. Appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Hey, this is just the post-match credits, by the way, to say thank you to all the people that support this show on Patreon. Also, Tier 2 channel members. Shout out to the new channel members tonight, by the way. People like Asan Akhtar and a bunch of other peeps that got in here too. Really appreciate you all for stopping by and being a part of this channel and supporting this show. And this is just a little end credits to say thank you to those guys. Also, Ruthless Sausage getting in here. Nice one, Ruthless. Appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. The best thing you can do to support this show is chuck a like on it, give it a share if you want, and just interact with me and everybody else in this great community online. Joseph Misco, you two, Abby Dixon, Stefan, Mark Vu, Asan Akhtar, Primot, Legends Among Us, all of you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay classy. This is the pig. See you tomorrow. Have a great evening.